Hey everyone, welcome to the pre-licensing walkthrough. My name is Taylor, regional leader here, and super excited about what we're going to cover today. Pre-licensing, whether you are a new college student, you're just getting out of school, or maybe you haven't taken an exam in 20, 30 years, if you follow this tried and true system right here, you will be licensed within 21 days of you starting this course. All right. Listen, I've been with Primerica now 12 years, and when I went through a course similar to this, it was much longer. It was actually much more challenging, and I still got licensed in 11 days. That's one of the reasons why our average teammate with us gets licensed within 14 days, 21 days max. And so we're going to follow. Be coachable to the system, and it's going to get taken care of. All right. So as you see here on my screen, I actually have your Primerica app looks like if you were to log in. If you're able to do this with me, I'm pausing this video. It's going to be great so that you could be able to kind of go along. It's going to help out big, but this is what's going to happen. You're going to see the first thing is going to be your bonus. Remember, at the time of this recording, you get credit for going through your field training. Most financial companies do not give this opportunity. You usually have to either get licensed and still not get paid, or go through training and you don't get any type of credit for it. With us, every time your field trainer recruits one new direct for you and you see 1,000 in a life premium together, that's $200 that you get to earn in bank that will be released to you once you're licensed. All right. So always check into this. I give teammates to get that work with us a challenge to log in every single day just to keep it in the forefront of your mind. We love seeing this. Just know that you're working with the best of the best company. A lot of great material. If your field trainer hasn't gone over this app just yet, reach out to them so that they could be able to tell you what to focus on. The getting plugged in is probably my favorite. But what we're going to focus on is the get licensed section. So what you would do is literally just click on the register part. All right. Now, once you click on the registration, depending on which state you're in, it might look a little bit different. The person that we just got started is Kim and Chris Carter. Really, really excited about what the potential that they have, really what they want to do. And so they're in Washington. This is what it looks like. Go ahead and actually click on this video. It's a very short video. I think it's maybe 2 minutes, but it explains to you what the online course, the life license online course looks like, and also what you can expect if you went through the classroom setting. The pre-licensing class, I'm going to show you this here in a second, but before I do that, I really want to talk about the outstanding licensing documents. Now, your field trainer or your recruiter can help you with this, but if you like to kind of really be proactive, you can actually fill out these documents yourself. In this case right here, it's going to show you the Regional Licensing Contact Center. If you ever have any questions, you can reach out, but most of the time, all of your answers can be found here. In Washington, Kim and Chris have to actually fill out this section. So they would, click on this and fill this out directly. It would route them to a different page. The fingerprint confirmation is going to be submitted after they pass their life license. A copy of the life license, that certification, all of these things, exam notice and promo code, whatever you need, you can upload this yourself. And but if you ever have any questions, of course, reach out to your recruiter or field trainer. Now, what we're going to do is let's go ahead and pop into the pre-licensing class. This is the bread and butter of what we need. Okay. Now, the pre-licensing class, you have two options that you can have. All right. The first option is going to be online. It's actually what's recommended because it's self-paced, and that's what we're going to be focusing on today. The online course is really best for those who have access to a laptop or a computer. A tablet will work. A phone can work as well, but it's very challenging because it's not modified for mobile. All right. In person is also available as well. Now, I will tell you, I did my online course and I combined it with an in-person. This is really great for those who maybe have some test anxiety. Maybe you don't do very well on online courses and you really just want to kind of jam pack it. I'm telling you right there, this right here it's long. Either which way, it's a boring course, but whatever works for you is going to be best. If you see here, if Kim wanted to, she'd be able to go to an in-person course and it's a long weekend, right? 12:30 to 9:30 on a Saturday, 12:30 to 9:30 on a Sunday. If you decide to do the in-person course, you only have to do it once, pass your exam, and you're taken care of. So it's usually a 3 to 4 day commitment. The online is going to be self-paced, and so it's going to require a lot of discipline and really self-accountability for that. So let's walk through how that works. Okay. Now, if you clicked on register for pre-licensing online, it will automatically bring you here. Okay. You're going to click on new users, and it really is pretty much self-explanatory. You're going to click which state you're getting your license in. So in this case, we're going to do Washington. If you are a part of the Team Catalyst base shop with Regional Vice President Angelica and Chris Ulku, you would put your Regional Vice President lives in Minnesota. Okay. Their RVP name is, again, it goes by last name. So you would type in right here. And then her solution number is going to be EGN14, E for Echo, G for Golf, N for Nancy 14, and then you would hit continue. Now, good thing is because you submitted that 124 right there, you are all set. You don't have to pay for the online course. There are plenty of companies that make you pay for the pre-licensing course. We won't worry about that, okay? Now, let me see here. So depending on the state that you're in, okay, it's going to let you know how many hours you need to be able to do your course. In Florida, it's 10 hours. In Minnesota, you have to do 20 hours in an online course. In Washington, it says that there's no pre-licensing course required. However, we want to be able to set people up for the best, so we're going to go ahead and continue and go through this. Now, once you do that, it's going to make you sign in, and it's going to make you sign in and actually do a full registration. Please use an email that you have direct access to. Use a very simple password so that you don't forget. And you're going to click, or you could even just click create account. So we're going to start there. Legal name. Please make sure that the name that you put on here matches what's on your driver's license, because you are going to need that in order to send to the Regional Licensing Center or RLC and to do your state exam. Same thing for an email, keeping it simple, password. Put your billing address, and then just hit register. Now, once you do that, because I've already registered, I'm not going to be able to go through this step, but once you hit register, it may ask you, depending on the state, for you to be able to enter in your solution number or your rep ID. Your rep ID is what was given to you when you actually submitted your 124 licensing deposit. It may also ask you to create a secret question. So pick some basic questions. I wouldn't use the questions that you use for your banking, just in case, just some basic stuff, and then actually click register. So we're going to go back. I'm actually going to log in, and I'm going to walk you through this process so that you can see how simple this is. All right, so once you complete registration, it's going to automatically route you to this section right here. You're going to click on returning users. Okay. Oh, this is the part that I was talking about. So your rep ID goes here. All right. And then you would put in, your secret questions that you have. Once you're done with that, you are going to click launch course. All right. So we were able to bypass that screen. You're going to click launch course, and what's going to happen is here. Now, what a lot of people try to do is do the flashcards first, Washington, study materials. You might go to resources, follow exactly what I show you. And if you don't have a notepad just yet, I would definitely suggest you have a notepad, because we're going to make sure to be able to give you step by step. If you have already scheduled your life exam, then you can be able to put this in here, because Primerica will keep track of it. If you have not scheduled your life exam just yet, that's no problem at all, but we love to be able to have it in the calendar. Now, you pull up your launch course, and again, every course is going to look different based on the state that you're in. You're all going to have chapters, though. You're all going to have to do the chapter quizzes. All right, just a tip. I was trying to figure out why it was taking so long. If you have a pop-up blocker, it's going to block it, so make sure that you release that. It's up at the top. All right. So if you see here in Washington, there's 7 chapters. A lot of times you'll only see 6. Every once in a while, you'll see 10 chapters. Either which way, this is going to work for it if you follow this. What we're going to do is we're going to bypass the introduction, and we are going to actually click on launch right here for the general insurance concepts. Now, there are a couple of steps to passing your chapters. The first step is how you actually study. If you've ever heard the term study long, study wrong, that is a for real statement. All right. There has been studies done not only at Harvard, but also at Brown that shows that those who study for 25 minutes on, 5 minutes off, also known as the Pomodoro technique, will be able to retain a lot more because your brain is a muscle. And if you study too long, if you try to sit at a computer too long, your brain gets tired. So I would make sure to set a timer, 25 minutes, do all that you can as we go through this, and then do breaks as we go. All right. Now what you want to do is on your piece of paper, write down these 4 steps. Number 1, we're going to read the chapter. Read the chapter. Now, there's no extra steps from that. It's just read the chapter. If you are the type of student that loves to take notes, I would highly suggest that you don't do that on this first step, and here's why. Doing this exam, doing this, doing this section right here, it really is, it's a new language. It honestly it is. It's a new language. And if you try to take notes, you are going to end up taking notes on everything. So by reading the chapter, watching the videos, you click on this next spot right here, and you just go through this. It's going to be boring. It's actually a lot of information, but don't worry about that. Just read the chapters, 25 minutes. As you're reading it, you're going to see a lot of things in bold. Just do your best, all right? You're going to go to the next section right here. This is all in one chapter, by the way. They just have it broken up a little bit easier for you, all right? If you see, we're now on the 4th page, but just read it. Now, once you have gone through reading, you're going to do step number 2. Step number 2 is, if you see here in bold, chapter recap. Can you imagine if you took notes on the entire chapter? That would have taken you at least 2 to 3 hours. And then you get to this last section and it recaps the chapter without any of the fluff, how upset you'd be. How do I know this? That's literally what happened to me my first chapter when I started doing this. I took notes on everything. It took me 3 days to get through chapter 1, and I found the chapter recap and I was hurt. So just go through it like this. What you're going to do is step number 2. So read the chapter. Step number 2, write chapter recap. If you've noticed, I didn't say take a screenshot of chapter recap, type the chapter recap. You need to write it. 37% of students in a college survey who wrote notes versus type or recorded notes of their professor scored 68% higher on their finals exams in college. There's a phrase that says the sharpest mind is no match for the dullest pencil. That is what that means. There's a certain thing where you need to write it. So make sure that you're actually writing this. It's a lot to write. This might take you 25 minutes. But if you notice, it's the terms that you're writing down. You're writing down the terms. The life license in most states is 60% terms. So if you write this stuff down, you're going to be able to get it. So again, step number 1, read the chapter. Step number 2 is write the chapter recap. Now let's go to step number 3. Step number 3. You are going to click on the chapter that you're on, click on it, and it's going to bring you right back to the first page. Step number 3, terms to know. Write terms to know. These terms to know are the most important terms of this chapter based on the license exam. So just write it down. You don't need to create flashcards if you don't want to, because we already have that. We also have audio. I have a SoundCloud that has downloaded all the terms that you need to know that you can play while you're driving in the car and stuff. So we have those tools. Just write those down. All right. Then we get to step number 4. Step number 4 is pass chapter quiz. All right, now what you're going to do is once you've written that down, past chapter quiz, you're going to click on the little hamburger up at the top left-hand corner. That's what I call it, right? And you'll see it's a summary, chapter recap, video gallery. The videos are really good. Flashcards are fine, but we're going to click on the chapter quiz. Now, depending on the state that you're in, some chapter quizzes, you only have to do 10. Most of them, it's 15 questions. Now, here's what typically happens for people. What most people do when it comes to passing an exam is they try to memorize the answers instead of understanding the concepts. The way that I'm going to teach you how to pass these chapter quizzes is the same way you're going to pass your exam, by understanding the concepts. So underneath bullet point number 4, put a couple bullet points. Write this down. Read the question, read the answers, read the question again. I'll say it again. Read the question, read the answer, read the questions again. You want to do that so that you can be able to, one, slow yourself down from picking the wrong answer too quick, because sometimes they could try to trip you up. But two, it allows you to really get the concept that you're going for. All right. So in this case, we would read the question, the answer, read the question again. Now I'm just going to pick it. I don't know what the answer is. I actually I didn't even read the question. Perfect, right? So I got it wrong. What you're going to do is you're going to, any question that you get wrong or that you kind of guessed on, you're not going to write the question. You're not going to write all the answers. You are only going to write what is in this box. The reason why is because it is either going to be a definition or it is going to be a full explanation of the concept. The reason why you don't take a screenshot of it or type up some notes up there and write it down is because it's going to imprint on you. I want you to know this is the average person. Most people do not pass their chapter quiz on the first time. You'll probably actually get a low quiz. You might get like a 45 or a 50, and you have to get a 70 to go to the next chapter. That's perfectly fine. Remember, this is a new language for you. You can do the chapter quiz again. As soon as you're done, take a quick break and do the chapter quiz again. You actually might not pass it the second time because it's probably a new set of questions inside of the chapter. That is perfectly fine. Go through that process. I'm telling you right now, the third time you will pass it because you will have seen the different ways. You're getting the groove of it. That's what you want to go through. All right. So read the question, read the answers, read the question again, write down what it is. Okay. So let's go through here. This answer, I know this answer. I know this answer without a shadow of a doubt. Got it done. You don't have to write the answer, write what's in the box down if you know the answer fully. But if you guessed it or you got it wrong, always write it down. All right. So once you get through here, you go to the end of the thing. It's going to tell you if you passed or failed. Failure is not bad. Fail forward, right? It's the mindset that you want to have, and just do it again. Once you've done through one chapter, do it over and over and over again until you are completely done with the chapter quizzes. The chapter quizzes are done. Great job knocking that thing out. I want you to know something. If you dedicate an hour and a half every day for these chapters, you will be able to 6 chapters or 8 chapters within 6 to 8 days maximum. All right. We had a teammate, one of our teammates, Sean, he finished his pre-licensing course, did his exam, his 3 exams plus the state exam within 4 days. He actually had one of those days off. So it really just takes the serious commitment to be able to get it done. And I want you to know, once you've done the life exam, you've never have to do it ever again. So just give it your all as you go through. What we're going to do now is you've passed your chapter quizzes. We're going to click on practice exam. Now, you can only get the practice exam once you've actually gone through the chapter quizzes, and you'll see it here. It's going to pop up. The practice exam, also known as the simulator exam, is literally 6 chapter quizzes put in one. It's only 100 questions. You're going to have an hour and a half to be able to do that simulator exam. And here's the coolest part. Your practice exam is actually formulated to be a little bit harder than the state exam that you're going to take. Because Primerica knows that if you overstudy, you're going to be able to pass it on your first time. So the goal is for you to do your practice exam within 2 days of you practicing your chapter quizzes, because it's all going to be fresh. You want to get at least a 75%. 70 is okay, but 75% on your practice exam, because then you can go to this readiness exam. The readiness exam is actually not required for most states in order for you to schedule your life exam. The reason why we have people take the readiness exam is because if you pass it with, I think it's a 80%, it might be a 75% or 80%, forgive me for not knowing, Primerica will actually give you the voucher that is needed for you to pay for your life exam. If you're feeling confident, you just want to be able to do the licensing deposit. I think it depends on the state that you're in. Once you pass it the first time, they'll refund you your money. If you don't want to come out of pocket for your city exam, you do have to pass the readiness exam to get that voucher. Either which way, it works out whatever is best for you. You want to pass this readiness exam within 2 days of you passing your simulator exam. Keep it fresh. Once you are done with that, please schedule your license exam no later than 5 days after you've completed this course. Any longer, I'm telling you, you'll start forgetting it. It's boring stuff. You will start forgetting it. So just get it done. What we have in place for you is Resource Center. It has all kinds of things. If you want to really go hard and get past within 5 days, use the study calendar. It's very similar to what Sean did. All right. Something else that you could be able to utilize is there's the flashcards that are available. There's the glossary that's available. We have a YouTube course that you can be able to use. You even can find on your student pack, your study pack, all kinds of different things with live courses. And I'm actually going to show you how to navigate to that. All right, so let me show you the extra resources that you can be able to use after you have passed your chapter quiz and your practice exam. Go back to your Primerica app. All right, scroll down to getting licensed, and you're going to click on all licensing steps. The reason why you want to go through it this way is because your state has different variations to the student pack. All right, the study pack, excuse me. You're going to click where it says start, this little drop down. And by the way, you can put all your stuff here, but you see where it says access your life pre-course materials? You're going to click on that. A new window should pop up, and it's everything that you need. If you're the type of person who, hey, listen, I want to be able to write everything down. I want to circle it, download and print. Very rarely do people end up doing that because it's a lot of pages. It's a huge, huge manual. The thing that I think would be really beneficial if you wanted to, though, was the study on the go insurance terms. You can download this right to your phone, open it through whatever, thing that you have. And it's going to be the study terms that for maybe the next 5-10 days, as you're going through the licensing course, you listen to that instead of music. Is it boring? Yes. Is it something that you want to do for forever? No. But if you do that, you're going to feel so confident going into that. You also can do these videos and workbook as well. Click on not launch now. It's going to pop into a new window. And it's the insurance basics. Now, even though it says pre-course, I would do this after the course because it's going to already have things that you've watched. So insurance basics, you pull this up. It even has it in Spanish, which I love. You pull this up. It's going to be a brand new video. And let me tell you something. It's so funny. This is the same guy who freaking taught mine 12 years ago. Awesome teammate, Mike Elliott, who was a regional vice president with us. The best at explaining this. These videos will clarify anything that you might have missed. So these are just good tools. When I tell you that Primerica has created it to where people are passing their first time within 21 days, it's because it's just a great system. And like I said before, you go through this course once. It might be tedious, but you go through this course once, you'll never, ever have to do it again. You can be licensed in all 50 states by just paying an extra licensing fee, and it's the simplest thing possible. I need you to know something. We are so excited that you have decided to bet on yourself, invest in yourself by submitting your licensing deposit, your registration with the IBA. As you're going through this course, as you're doing the field training, you might get discouraged because it's something new. You might feel like, hey, maybe, this is harder than I expected. You're probably right. We believe in you. And when I say we, I mean me and all of our teammates that we have. You're gonna change people's lives with your life insurance license. You are going to make a major impact with people by you, again, betting on yourself and having the courage to give it a shot. So, my name is Taylor. If you have any questions, you're more than welcome to message me on Telegram. You can even give me a call or shoot me a text message, and let's get after it. Appreciate you.